After 3 years away, he returned to his empty home. But instead of silence, he found a widow, 2 children, and a truth that would change his heart forever. He paused at the door, his hand still holding the handle because the house didn't feel like his anymore. Sunshine came through the windows he remembered, but the quiet he thought would be there was broken by a gentle sound inside. Something small, careful, and living. After 3 years of being gone, after sadness, being far away, and memories he never finished, he had come back to take back what was left of his life. But instead, he found proof that life had kept going without asking him first. Before the story goes on, please stop for a second. If you believe in being nice, giving people another chance, and stories that show us we're all connected, please like this video and share it with someone who needs hope today. Write what you think in the comments and subscribe to our channel. Your help keeps stories like this going. The house sat at the edge of a peaceful valley, with green fields all around and faraway hills shining in the bright daytime sun. It was the home he had built with his wife, one piece at a time, one dream at a time, before sickness took her away and sadness made him leave. He had left everything there, furniture not moved, rooms locked, time standing still. He told himself he would come back someday, but years went by before he felt strong enough. Now, standing there with a travel bag next to his feet, he understood the house had been living without him. Inside, the air smelled a little bit like soap and hot food. Someone had washed the curtains. The wooden table showed signs that people ate meals there every day, and near the kitchen door stood a woman holding a baby against her chest, her body stiff but protecting. Next to her was a small girl, around 6 years old, holding tight to an old doll, her eyes big with worry and fear. The woman's face was light-colored, her hair pulled back nicely, her clothes plain and worn out, but clean. She looked like someone who had learned to stay alive quietly. He felt anger first. This was his house, his special place. The place where his wife's laugh still rang in his thoughts. How could strangers live here? How could they touch what he had left alone for years? His chest felt tight and his brain filled with questions about being tricked, things being stolen, and what he had lost. But then the woman started talking. Her voice was calm, almost breakable, and what she said froze him right there, not just because of her words, but because of how heavy they felt. She told him that she was a widow, that her husband had died in an accident almost a year ago. With no place else to go, no family who would help, and 2 young children needing her, she had found safety in the empty house after months of sleeping in dangerous places. She said she never wanted to take anything, never said it was hers. She cleaned, fixed what she could, and hoped every day that the owner would come back so she could tell him what happened. Her words didn't sound like she was making things up. They sounded like telling the truth mixed with being really tired. The small girl held the doll tighter. The baby moved a little, not knowing about the worry hanging in the sunny room. And right then, the man felt something he didn't expect. His anger tripped, crashed into feeling bad, and broke apart. He looked around again, this time seeing things differently. The house wasn't destroyed or hurt. It was taken care of. The garden outside had been cleaned up. The broken fence he never fixed was now repaired. The place looked full of life, more than it had been during all his years of being away. The widow told him how she spent her days doing small jobs, how she taught her daughter letters using old newspapers, how she warmed milk for the baby at sunrise while sunlight came through the same windows now lighting up the room. She talked without being dramatic, without crying, like she had learned that staying alive meant being steady, not showing feelings. But every sentence carried quiet hurt. He remembered his own nights of loss, sitting by himself in rented rooms, staying away from memories because they hurt too much. He remembered how empty this house had felt after his wife died, how every corner reminded him of what he had lost. He had run away because the silence was too hard to stand. And now, standing there, He understood this woman had walked right into silence because she had no other choice. The days after that were uncomfortable and careful. He didn't tell them to leave right away. Instead, he took time to listen, to watch, to understand. In the daytime, the house felt different with children's footsteps running through it. Laughter, soft and unsure at first, came back to rooms that had been quiet for so long. The small girl started saying hello to him shyly every morning. The baby smiled without knowing why. Slowly, his sadness started to let go a little. He helped fix the roof the right way, put in new boards, and cooked meals he hadn't cooked in years. The widow treated the house with deep respect, like she was honoring not just the walls, but the memories inside them. She never crossed lines you couldn't see, never tried to take more than shelter and safety. Problems were still there. He fought with angry feelings. Some nights, lying awake, he was bothered by the thought that someone else had lived in his memories. She fought with fear, always ready to leave if he asked, never fully comfortable. But each morning made those sharp edges softer. Day by day, trust took the place of worry. The big change came one afternoon when he found the small girl sitting near an old picture of his wife. Instead of being scared, she looked curious. She said the woman in the picture looked nice. That one sentence broke something open inside him. He realized the house wasn't going against his past. It was honoring it by protecting new life. He made a choice then, one that surprised even him. He told them they could stay forever, not as people who didn't belong, but as family under the same roof. The widow tried to say no at first, her pride fighting against being thankful, but finally she said yes with quiet tears. Not tears from being weak, but from feeling relieved. From that day on, the house really became a home again. Not the same as before, but more full, different, and stronger. Daylight filled the rooms with warmth. Children's voices filled the air. And for the first time in years, the man felt planted instead of lost. His sadness didn't go away, but it changed. No longer something heavy pulling him down, but a reminder of how much love could still be there. If this story has touched your heart even a little bit, please take a moment now. Like this video, share it with someone who believes in caring about others, and let us know what you think in the comments. Your support means more than you know. Before the ending, we have a special request. Please write one word that tells how this story made you feel. Your words help build a group of people who understand and care. In the end, he didn't just find a widow and 2 children living in his house. He found healing where he thought he'd find anger. He found a reason where he thought there was only loss. And under the clear daytime sky, in a home that had once been frozen in sadness, 4 lives slowly sewed themselves into one shared future, proving that sometimes the best returns are not to places, but to the human heart.